Okay, guys, so let's have a quick look at what's happening with gold. I hope everyone's having a great week. Hope having a great trading week. Hope everyone did well. If not, it's fine. We always have the next week to do better. Just obviously, I hope you didn't blow your account. But yeah, okay, let's get started with this. So first of all, look at the weekly time frame. So with the weekly time frame, what I always like to do is look for potential targets for gold. Um, yeah, look for potential targets for gold as it gives us a bias for the week ahead, and so on and so forth. So first of all, as a short-term slash intra-week analysis for gold, you can see that what we've been doing is we've been doing push up, dump, push up, dump, push up. Hold on, it's not dumping anymore. It's stopped actually creating those lows at this major level of 1700. Let's mark that on here to over here. So let's mark this level on just to let us know the fact that okay, so this has been a solid support for price, right? We may see a dip down, which we did, as you see here, the wick down here at 1685, but we managed to push back up here, especially this weekly as well, continuing to finish back up above it as well, just giving it some showing the market that it is a solid support, and people and traders are willing to actually hold and buy around this level. As for our targets on the weekly, so let's look for over here. So this wick right here, so you can see that wick 1, wick 2, solid target here for price to potentially reach and then potentially pull back from. Um, Obviously, we don't know that yet, but it's just a target and gives a guideline of what to expect for the week ahead. As for daily time frame, for daily time frames, what I like to use is this tool right here, and I look for either like base supports and base resistance, like these things right here. So 1 2, 1 2, and then 1 2 as well. Like you can see here that where price could potentially turn back on itself. But obviously those ones aren't relevant, so let's look for ones over here that are relevant. So first of all, let's look for that one right there. So over here, and then next one is over here. So for this one, it's quite relevant to us because why? So one, look at how price moved here. So price pushed up, couldn't get past this level over here, pushed back down. Because it broke this level, he had a huge rally to the upside, right? And then what happened was price pushed down again, couldn't break this highs, had to retest, take these highs, take these previous lows over here to finally smash through it. And what happened when it did smash through it? Huge push to the downside right there. That's why it was quite a notable one for me. That's what's going through my head when I marked that level. This one's not so as important. It's just one of those things that we can look for as potential pullback areas for continuation up. But to be honest, what I'm looking for here mostly is potentially a push past this level. Let's say we break this level on the left here. What we could potentially see is a potential push to the upside up to 1745, which is our target. Kind of like this on the left here. Nope, not that one. Kind of Oh, there we go, kind of what we can see here on the left, right? As for the 4-hour time frame, let's skip the 12-hour. So 4-hour time frame, what I like to look for is just intraday little areas. For example, like this one that we can see here, intraday levels over here, where price has held. You can see actually what's happening with price action right now. It's kind of the opposite on the lower time frame. Is we're pushing up, dumping, pushing up, then dumping. Potentially we can see another push up, a dump to this level, and continuation up, as I said earlier. As another level again, I was actually, it was probably quite obvious when I did do that. Is another level we could potentially look for is this as well, as a break and retest, or potential just a continuation up. But yeah, okay. So on to the next one, which is an hour time frame. So as for the hour time frame here, to be fair, what I like to look for in the hour time frame is not really a forecasting thing. It's more like what's actually happening in the market. For example, like this one over here. I know this is in hindsight, but so potentially like something like this, where it consolidated for a little bit, and you can see this is what I kind of like to do. So what happened was price made a low over here. As we're looking for sell bias over here, well, presumably I would be looking for sell biases. I would create this low, and this is called a temporary low over here, where loads of liquidity are. And then up here is buy side liquidity, where price fails to break above. Now it's created support, resistance around this level. Let me just delete all this actually. So created resistance around this level. So now that's actually classed as support. And with their support, resistance. When there's resistance, there is potentially a buy side liquidity up here. So what you tend to happen is you tend to pierce through that level and then push back down. So this is actually a perfect example over here. So price pushed up, down, and then pierced through this liquidity zone over here. So now we have the sell side liquidity with this level, and now loads of buy side liquidity has been taken as well. That says buy side liquidity. Now from there, we're actually free to take sells. So this is what I'll be looking for on the day of entry. Is what we're looking for is the other one here. Put our stops above that level, potentially putting our stops above this daily level as well, and then taking profit on the weekly level that we decided on. So kind of like something like this. I can't remember if I did actually catch this trade or not. I'm pretty sure I did catch a sell on the Discord chat, but that's besides the point. So that's kind of what we're looking for on the day when we get there. And yeah, obviously I'll keep everyone updated on the Discord as well. But for now, there's not much consolidation. There's not much level that we can look at this moment. So we'll just leave it be. And for now, what we're expecting is a push up. Push up here, a retest, and a continuation up. For now, obviously. Let's look at the same for GJ. Let's just delete all of this. I actually got taken out for break even for this trade, unfortunately. Remove all drawings. Okay, so let's start off with the weekly again. So where can we look for on the daily that price could potentially go? You can see that it was starting to be bearish a little bit here, but you can see that it was losing momentum here. But it finally broke out, and after a breakout, what tends to happen is potentially a retest, right? So what we're expecting now is potential retest down, but where could it retest to is the question. I'm thinking the next wick that it could potentially retest to is this one right here, the one that it makes sense the most. You can see that it's got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 taps right there, so it's very relevant to this market at the moment. 165 pips away as well from where price is, so you know, decent little target there. As for upside target, we could potentially look at the next wick where it hasn't retested yet, which is over here at 167. Potentially, if it does break, this is obviously going to be on a short-term time frame because it's only 76 pips away. We could potentially look for a continuation up there if it does break these levels over here. But let's look at the daily time frame. You can see straight away that in the daily time frame there's a major resistance over here. And as for levels that we can look for to rebound off of, does that make sense? Off of is this level right here. So why this level? Let me just explain this again. What's going through my mind when putting this level? So we had a push up, push down, right? We actually kind of retest this level as well, but not really, so I'm going to ignore that. So let's try that again. So push up, push down, retest this level over here, then one more retest, finally breaking it up. We had a what's it called, a fake out, then retesting these highs over here. Unfortunately, we couldn't break those highs. As soon as we break this level, huge impulsive move to the downside, and we're starting to consolidate. And then again, break this level, big consolidation up, again, once more retesting this level, right? So it's quite a relevant level to us, it seems anyways. So it's just something to keep in mind of when we're trading this currency, which is GJ. Okay, so next up is 4-hour time frame. So again, on the 4-hour time frame, what you're looking for is this level right here. Look, it's kind of like an SR flip over here happening. So a huge push to the upside, couldn't do it. Now it's now support. So maybe this is a support that pushes up to the upside potentially. Again, we don't know yet. Okay, so next up, potentially again, it's actually already on a daily time frame, so there's really no need to mark it out. It's this level. There's really no need to mark that up because obviously we already have the daily level on there. To be fair, with this one, you could kind of yeah, you could kind of like look for like levels here already on the hour time frame. So you can see here, this has buy side liquidity up here. Straight away you can see that, and then down here as well, you have a few areas where, well, you have one area where you have sell side liquidity, which is down here. So as for levels that I'm looking for, so what could potentially happen over here is, okay, so what might potentially happen is, look, we have liquidity up here, liquidity up here. So what I'm thinking, and again, this isn't a signal or anything, it's just a thesis of mine, is if we take the buy sides first, we could potentially be continuing up, but what we need to do is take the sell sides after and then continue up. However, if we take the sell sides first over here, we could potentially take the buys and then continue back down again. But since our weekly levels are so close to our daily levels, if it does break down into here, we might want to hold and continue until the next weekly level, which, let me check where it is first. Next weekly level would be around this level. So look back in the hour. So we could potentially wait, potentially target all the way down to here is 415 pips away. Obviously, it's going to be a long-term trade, and you could break it down into separate different trades. Obviously, like maybe one here, one here, one here, or so on and so forth. So that's what we're looking at for GJ. As for pound Aussie dollar, actually hit TP on this one, which is good. Let's remove all drawings. So weekly time frame again. To be fair, what you can see right now is these markets seems to be at very extreme stages of their these currency pairs seems to be in the very extreme stages of their market. So for example, like this one, we've actually just broken out of consolidation over here, as you can see, and now we could potentially targeting down here, potentially going even lower down to here. So like you can see, and if you look at GJ as well, with GJ, you can see that it's actually close to very all-time high. Well, not very, but you can see that it's been rallying quite a bit here. Where it hasn't been consolidating, it really has been trending. Again, as for GU, it's even more of a extreme here, where it actually is near all-time lows from what I can tell here on the weekly time frame. And the same with gold again. Gold, not so much. It's just at a very crucial stage of its market, whereas a major support around 1700. Sorry. Okay, going back to GA. Okay, so GBPAUD. What can we tell is we have just actually broken this level over here, right? We have just broken this 1.72 level, major support level. It was major support level, but now could act as potentially resistance for it to continue back down. In terms of targets into the downside, what we could potentially look for is actually all the way down here. I know it seems a bit, it seems like a lot, 1,000 pips away, but then again, look, there's not actually much stopping it except for this level over here. That's the only thing stopping it. After that level is taken, it has a high chance of continuing all the way down to 1,000 pips from where it is right now. So yeah, we'll just use this weekly level first, and we'll see how it reacts to this level before continuing down. As for the daily time frame, we have a few daily time frames that we can look for. One is here, and the next one is here. So it's just kind of stuck in this range right now. So we could potentially look for a pullback, and this is actually kind of like acting like a buy side liquidity level over here, where price could pull back, take this okay, it's gone. Oh, I see. I switched tabs. Okay, so take this liquidity over here, and then continue back down to these levels over here. That's what I'm expecting. But obviously we can't just base it off that. We'll go with a 4-hour. So as for the 4-hour, there is a few levels we could potentially be looking at. Is this? Oh, no, not that one. This level over here, and this one's already marked out, so there's no need to do that one. But that's about it. Yeah, so just this one, which we could use again as some sort of resistance for price to potentially continue back down. See how it reacts. See how it reacts to this level, and then it could potentially continue down. Yeah, so a lot of this is obviously just I'm just showing you guys levels where price could potentially reverse from and to. So obviously there's two ways about this, a few ways going about it. So either that there, which is I think is unlikely. If we're going to see a major move, we're going to see some sort of manipulation first before continuing down. Which I think this is probably the higher probability one over here, the top one. And plus, obviously, you're already at the top, so you're selling it high and you're trying to get it down lower. So that's what a good thing about that one. As for the hour time frame, again, we're not going to mark out too many things in the hour time frame. It's the hour time frame is more of an execution one rather than a analysis one. So it's more weekly, daily, and 4 hours where we're really doing our analysis. Lastly, for GU, again, we hit take profits on this one on the chat. So very good stuff. Very great week this week actually. Smashed it this week. Obviously, there's a few losses there, but you know that's part of the game. As for the weekly time frame, so it's very simple. Like, we are at a major level here of 1.14. We have not broken this 1.14 in quite some time. You can see here 1.14100 was the lowest, but now we created new lows at exactly 1.14, which I actually called perfectly on the Discord chat. So if you guys want to actually see my analysis, my daily analysis, why I go, what I'm looking at, the trades I'm taking, it's all going to be in Discord. And if you guys just want to trade with a community, you're more than welcome to join. Link is in the description below. While you're there, though, guys, if you guys can just click like. While you guys are there, could you just please click the like button, and obviously please subscribe so you guys don't miss out on any more of our content. We live stream every day from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. So we would really appreciate if you guys could just click that subscribe button and join our Discord. Okay, so next one is the daily time frame. That's enough plug for the day. For daily time frame, there's quite a major one that we're looking at over here. Is this level? That's not my daily time frame tool. It's this level. We could potentially be looking for a pullback up to this level. For it to potentially. I'm sorry, I actually didn't actually mark out a target, did I? As for a target, so you can see that the price of pound USD has been just getting tanked down here, right? But I think it's actually time for a turning point over here. We've had one time, two times, three times over here. I think it's time to potentially rally back up here, right? I think a lot of I thinks, but yeah, I definitely think it will start to rally and pick up from here. As for the weekly level that we could be looking for, nice and simple, we could just be looking for these highs over here, right? Potentially even these lows. That one, that wick over there. Lows reaction around this level, so potentially be looking at that level, see how price reacts. Could continue lower once price goes up to here, but if we do break that level, don't be surprised if we finally reach up back to 1.3 or and things like that. Okay, as for the daily time frame, already marked one there. So the daily time frame here, again, we could be looking for as first targets. Again, we don't have to hit this all in 1 week, right? It's just our weekly targets and where price can be magnetized to. So for now, we could potentially be targeting this it's 262 pips away. So it's not close by all means. So yeah, we could definitely still be targeting those. As for the 4-hour levels, so we have one over here actually, where price 1 2 1 2 1 2, a lot of spikes in this level. And again, I mean, we could potentially look at this level as well, but you know what, they're too close to one another. There's really no point, especially when you're looking at the 4-hour. Another thing we can be looking for is this level over here of the highs. Potentially, once we break these highs, we can be clear to continue back up and up and up there to our first targets here. And to be fair, lastly, we could just be looking at these levels down here. Clear pullback over here, and then a continuation up to 282. But yeah, so that's what we're looking for pound USD. Again, there's a lot of different ways to look about it, but again, overall, my targets is bullish on pound USD. Lastly is crypto, so Bitcoin. So with Bitcoin, I was actually looking for sell stops down here, but unfortunately, it actually never came back up. So let's actually just revise this. So as for what I was looking for, so first of all, my targets were down here, back down to these lows over here. Very simple, I think. Very reasonable targets over there. As for a retracement zone, I was looking at all the way down to the 4-hour, daily time frame over here, where price has actually, you know, reacted to this level quite a bit here recently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times where price has failed to break above it. So I thought as soon as price reacts above it and pulls back down, we have a high chance of continuing back down. And again, we have this level as well on the week right here. There's also a few things that I'm not showing over here because of the VWAP. It gets a bit too complicated, it gets a bit too confusing. So I'm actually just, you know, avoiding to talk about it for now, but I will talk about it eventually. Now my trade will consist of, once this price goes back down to these potential weekly lows, I can be looking at selling all the way down to this level and then potentially even down to lower to the weekly time frame here. So this one is still the same thing. I'm not going to delete this one. I'm just going to wait for it to pull back into these levels here. So yeah, so that's my analysis for I think 5 different markets. So we had pound yen, pound Aussie dollar, pound USD, gold, and Bitcoin. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys learn something as well. I hope you guys can use this in your trading throughout for the week ahead. And yeah, as I said, guys, if you enjoyed it, if you guys learned something, please click the like button, click the subscribe button, and join our Discord for more active news, and you know, be able to come along and join our trades and, you know, and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.